2010 rookie tournament has now come and gone for the Baby Leafs. So what did we learn? And look, I'm not going to do a recap of all 3 games, because it's old news now. Either you saw them or you didn't. But I tell you what, if you didn't see them, check underneath this video. I'll post all 3 Game and 6s for the Leafs rookie tournament games. I edited the Blackhawks and Sens one, Chancellor edited the Penguins one. What I am going to talk about in this video is who stood out. Right off the bat, let's start with the goalies. Now first of all, where was I when all the Leafs goalies became enormous? Ben Scrivens is 6'2", I've seen Jussi Reinus listed as 6'3", but I think he's taller, and Andrew Angelage is 6'5", and those are just the guys at the rookie tournament. Jaguar 6'1", Reimer 6'2", and Gustafsson 6'3". The best goaltending performance for the Leafs at this tournament was Ben Scrivens. Just seems like a really good positional goalie that has some pretty good reflexes too. It's just a shame the 2 third-period goals kind of overshadowed his performance. Jussi Reinus was huge in net, and he looked good at getting square to the puck and making himself big. His rebound control was and he took a penalty for handling the puck outside the trapezoid, something he's not used to. So what that says to me is, yeah, he's a project, but there's plenty of reason for optimism with the proper coaching. Well, they got Francois Allaire. Andrew Angelage is pretty much in the same boat. Big guy, needs a little bit of coaching, but there's reason for optimism. On to the skaters. Fast! Some guys really impressed me with their speed, specifically Brad Ross, Jerry D'Amigo, and Marcel Mueller. Mueller had a confusing tournament for me. Again, really fast. Big presence, clobbering people, using the body, but sometimes some of the decisions he made kind of made you go, what? Why? And in the NHL, or for that matter, the AHL, he's actually going to have less time to make those decisions. I was talking to someone about this. You can actually draw several comparisons between Mueller and Stallberg. Got all the tools, can they use them effectively in the NHL? Jerry D'Amigo just signed his pro contract and he was looking like a pro out there. I'll post that under this video. D'Amigo's shorthanded goal against the Sens was pretty impressive. I mean, the goal itself wasn't that great. The Sens defenseman Hoffman knocked it into his own net, but the way D'Amigo just shot down the ice like a bullet with only a few seconds remaining in the second, pretty impressive. This tournament got me really excited for Brad Ross. Just a pesky little bugger, mixing it up in front of the net, tipping in shots. Super fast, good hands, good patience, what's not to like? And someone everyone had their eyes on, Nazem Kadri. Now, he didn't light it up offensively, but I'm not really convinced he tried to, because I don't think Nazem needs to prove that he can score against these guys. The question with him last year at this time wasn't his talent, it was his size. And he was mixing it up with guys every time he was on the ice and even laid a few good hits. He didn't take the fight with Gryba in the Ottawa game. Mike Liambis had to jump in, but why would he take that fight? Kadri didn't fight Gryba for the same reason that Alfredson wouldn't fight Colton Orr. He's their star player. Why would he fight this guy? The one concern I had were some of Nazem's fancier moves. Toe dragging dudes, just making defensemen look silly out there. But I don't care who you are, you try that against most NHL defensemen, they'll knock you into another dimension. But nonetheless, like what I saw, and it'll be interesting to see if he makes the big club. My highlight of the tournament was Greg McKegg's wicked goal against the Blackhawks, also posted under this video. Merritt McDaniel showing why the Leafs picked him. And last but not least, my MVP for the Leafs. Who do you think it was? If you want a clue, I haven't talked about him yet this video. And time's up. Simon Geisbers. Big Leafs prospect defenseman, looked pretty solid out there defensively, but what really excited me was his offensive upside. What a point shot this guy's got. Blasted in a couple that were tipped in by D'Amigo and by Ross, and he even scored one of his own. It'll be interesting to see how many minutes he gets with the Marlies this year, because if you look at the Leafs backlog of defensemen, that's probably where he'll end up. And Geisbers is part of the reason that the Leafs defensive depth is even deeper than people give it credit for. About 8 bona fide NHL defensemen, yeah, that's great, but they have even more guys behind them that you could call up for 5 or 10 games and be comfortable with. Geisbers, Ollie, Richmond, Lashoff, and a partridge in a pear tree. Well, that's my 2 cents. What did you guys think? Don't forget to check out all the links below. Add me to Leafs Space, Facebook, and Twitter, and I'll see you during exhibition.